Success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal or ideal. Earl Nightingale. My friends, each and every day we progress toward that realization of being charting masters. And we do it how? By devoting 10 to 15 minutes each and every day, practice trading, watching the charts, learning how this works. You learn by doing. You don't have to have a master's degree, don't have to have a college degree. Some of the best traders I know have no advanced degrees. They just have literally the willpower and the effort to learn how to do this. And you can too, each and every day, just a few minutes. Let's jump into these charts. Another day where everything is up. Let's look first at the S&P 500. Now we look at the 2-day chart, we look at the weekly chart, and we see red down candles. Now we look at the half-day chart and we see 2 days of up movement. Up today, 0.44%. We've not hit yet on any of these charts. We have not crossed through with any candles the weekly trend line that is going down. Now, we haven't hit the low of last week yet on this newest 2-day candle, which closed today. That is the Monday, Tuesday. We see that we did not reach the prior low of the Thursday, Friday candle. And again, as we look though, check this out. We can see that dump on Friday, with the last 2 days of up movement, we've not recovered from where things started going down. So again, this is on our Heikin-Ashi candlesticks. Just keep an eye. We had spinning tops, really almost a doji in the morning, spinning top in the afternoon on Tuesday. So again, the tendency still right now is down after bouncing off this ceiling with the prior high going all the way back to the 8th of July. So we will keep an eye on things. Reversion to the mean may very well be occurring. It could be taking off, but I don't know. Just continuing to watch. Now, again, we don't have any volume that's leading us along the way. We don't have a volume in this latest topper. We don't have a volume in the rotation over potentially here with the red spinning top. We just don't have the volume to give us any security as to which way the market is going. That's again why we didn't call this and why we're not playing this down at this point. We want to see more volume here to help us make decisions. Remember, volume is used in conjunction with price movement with our Heikin-Ashi candlesticks. We have great volume training. And of course, I spend a lot of time in volume, own volume, in the new book that I will be sharing with everyone soon. So let's jump next into the NASDAQ 100. It was up 0.92%, so just below a percent. Same kind of thing here. We look at the half-day chart. We see 2 days of some up movement, but still decently below that weekly candle on both the 2-day and the half-day. So again, and we do have decent volume on the 2-day. It didn't reach the low of the prior Thursday, Friday candle like we saw similarly on the S&P 500. So we'll continue to watch, wait and see if things don't back off and roll back over as we move along. They may not. They may catch fire and just take off. Now, let's look at where we are with 20-year U.S. government bonds. We had things with decent volume last week hit up on this high. I've since moved up since we have penetrated the prior potential ceiling that we had here. And we've now seen this latest weekly candle move up to the prior highs. Let's see if indeed it continues to push through. Again, we've got decent volume so far, 2 days into the week. We may very well get up to this average volume. And we'll see just if indeed we're going to run this longer. That would be nice to see. But again, volume is not helping us here. You know, we had a couple of weeks of some stuttered up movement, then a doji with decent volume. and then things took off, but then they just sort of bled that off, and now they've built up again. Not the kind of chart that we trade. So we'll continue to keep our eye on 20-year U.S. government bonds, but again, haven't found a trade in this yet. Now, what's a potential? Well, this week could end. This could be a ceiling here where the price has topped out currently, and last week also. And then next week we get average or above average volume this week. Next week we'll get a red spinning top with decent volume rotating over, and maybe we can jump into a down move. But again, we have to match up volume and price, helping us truly see what's going on. Otherwise, we're just guessing and gambling. Now, let's move on from U.S. government bonds to gold. Gold up 0.44%. And again, we've got a weak, very weak trend line. We have the prior high in gold going back to the week of the 19th of August, and then followed by that next week beginning the 26th of August. Last week was a doji. This week, a little green up candle. So again, gold just sort of slipping sideways now going into a week and a half or so. If you look at the half-day chart, you can see the last 2 days gold is trying to incrementally move up some. It is sitting above that trend line, not as high as it was back last Thursday, getting up close to it. But again, just sort of not giving us much. I mean, you can see how the volume has just slowly drifted off. On the 2-day, it's been constant volume, but it's been below the average. So again, we'll keep our eye on things and see if anything in this market is going to catch on fire. Now, talking about catching on fire, HODL, we can see for the last 2 days, Bitcoin has been moving up, and look at where it's sitting. Right there below that weekly trend line on the half-day chart. It's below it on the 2-day. Again, not reaching the low of last week. The low of last week was $60. Let's move that down so I can read it. $60.26. This week, $61.99. So not getting toward that low yet. But again, Bitcoin, after that huge down move going back to the week beginning August the 5th, where things just plummeted hard that week. Spinning tops since then up until last week with a red down candle, not getting as low as the prior low from back on the week beginning the 5th of August. And this week not getting as low as last week yet, but still a red down candle, still that downward pressure. So we shall keep an eye on Bitcoin, see if it pierces this current weekly trend line or if it bounces off and starts moving down again. We've got sort of ambivalence here on the 2-day chart. We don't have a lot of volume, and we have a red spinning top, almost a doji there, showing us lots of indecision. So we'll let things shake out. Remember, we are not traders on Wall Street. We don't have to trade. When do we trade? When the charts are telling us to trade. Otherwise, we keep our powder dry. First rule of trading, don't lose money. Second rule of trading, don't lose money. Third rule of trading, make money. If you destroy your nest egg in your practice trades, you just sort of have to keep refilling it. You can do that in practice trades, but of course, when you do gain the expertise, well, you'll never gain the expertise if you can't manage your funds. If you blow everything because you're making bad trades, then of course you'll never get to real trading. Or if you do, you won't be a real trader very long. My friends, stick with this. You can do it. It is not as hard as it seems. What does Miyamoto Musashi say? Everything's hard at the beginning. Yeah, everything is hard at the beginning because it's the beginning. But as you continue to work through this, you will gain confidence, you will gain knowledge, and again, as you put in the things we teach about managing risk, about reducing your X-trade, which is your standard trading amount based upon volatility, using your profit and loss bands, using this handy little gizmo over here, the short position and the long position widgets. Those let you set using your 2-day ATR They let you set your profit and loss bands on your trades. And remember, if you use that always winning method, you only have to be successful 4 out of 10 trades if you manage your losses and you let your profits run. So experiment, learn. Doesn't cost you anything but time well invested to practice trade. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World headquarters.